this peculiar object? It turns out to be a paper cutter, which I picked up 30, 40 years ago. Brilliant idea, this, because there's a very, very sharp blade, which I'm going to have a go at showing to you here, but it's so small that if I stick my finger over it, my finger just about detects a slight bump there, but it's very sharp, but it does not cut the skin. It's impossible. It just protrudes so slightly. But when I put it on a bit of paper, which I will, it'll cut. So let's first of all see if we can actually see this minute little blade here. It's at the top. It's just about there. So it protrudes by about, I don't know, a tenth of a millimeter or something. It's very, very small indeed, but it's very, very sharp too. And of course, the businesses love this because as soon as it appeared 30 years ago, they started putting logos front and back. It's quite tricky to get one of them that hasn't got logos on it, but that's how it first appeared from the factory. And then the premium market, rather like pens and pencils with your firm's logo on it and buy this, etc., took this up and have lots and lots of these produced. And as far as I know, it's probably still around actually. Anyway, does it work? Yes, it does. Let me just try showing it on the workbench here. There's a bit of yellow paper here, and all I need to do is just stroke it like that, woof, like that, and it separates. And stroke it like that. So it's only straight lines, but never mind. And the trick about this way is to have a firm background. If you don't have that, if you're doing it on something that's a little bit soft, the blade can't push against it and the paper won't be cut. So it's got one particular drawback, that it only can be used when you've got a nice firm surface to do it on. There's a slight bother about whether it would actually scratch if it's a very precious thing you're doing on, but certainly if you did it on one of those boards that I use for cutting boards, it's no trouble at all. But it makes that instantly a very, very useful thing to have. Of course, it will open envelopes as well. If you stroke it gently down, it'll do the envelope. There's another version of something which I only got quite recently, but the same idea is there is a very sharp blade in here, but it's locked in there. You can't get at it. And all you do is take a piece of paper, I'll try this bit of paper as well, and push it into the jaws of this and just keep pushing. And just push, 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 push. I have to push with both my hands, I think. So we are. And try to grab the end. Oops, there's it. Oops, there's it. I need to get it started. That's right, here we go. Ooh, like that. What's better about this, of course, is it doesn't need a firm surface. You just any bit of paper. I'll have a go with another sheet over here. How about this one here? That's a nice one, isn't it? Let's try cutting this. You put it into the jaws. I can see the actual blade there quite clearly. It protrudes a lot more, but it cuts very nicely. So that's a nice design. Nice design. The last one is one I've used so often. I've almost forgotten where I got it from, but it was about 20 years ago. Probably MoMA, I think, probably within modern art. It's got rolling blades, so it's like those large desktop guillotines which have rolling edges. And if you put this into the jaws of the rollers and then push across, it just cuts through like that. Astonishing. I use this certainly at every Christmas time. I'm just going whoosh, whoosh, whoosh with large sheets of decorative paper to wrap up and trim the paper to the size of the present I'm wrapping up for Christmas. I use it all the time, and it's so sharp it just does it like that. I mean, that's amazing, isn't it? So a brilliant bit of design work, and I think one of my favourite and most used of all the cutting devices I've got. Absolutely ace.